Of KKNW, its management, or other advertisers. This program is sponsored by Manuchehri.
Welcome to the Manuchehri Show, where energy and medicine meet. I will be your host for the next hour. I have over 19 years of healthcare experience and began my career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. Good morning and welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We are live just outside of Seattle, and this is your self-love hour where you get to practice appreciating and valuing yourself. When you do that authentically and you can feel it in your body like you do when you're loving other beings, you upgrade your life. And it's not a joke. It really happens. Your living situation gets upgraded. Your relationships get upgraded. Your work gets upgraded. Your wealth gets upgraded because you are changing your self-worth, your value. And when you do that, then everything outside of you has to match your internal frequency and vibration. So it's a joy. Is it a little bit of an exercise to learn how to really love oneself? You bet. It's a lifelong experience. It's a daily experience. It's like brushing your teeth. We have to brush our teeth every day. Well, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. We have to dental floss every day. We got to take a shower at least, every other day.
As we should,
every day.
as we should.
Right, we should.
We have those bubbles. We have the bubble space.
So it's the same thing. And this is your hour to practice this beautiful energy that is really about embracing your higher self consciousness, your genius that mostly lives in the heavens outside of the human realm. But when you love yourself, you've upgraded your energy and you have a better connection, a stronger hold into that frequency. And it's really quite remarkable. It's really, really lovely.
I love it. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. Let's get underway. We'll take... I unfortunately lost my little screen there. I think it's Carrie from Fort. She's in Texas, I think. Let's go with that, right? Am I right?
That's right.
Yay! Phew, sorry, I lost my screen there, Carrie. Sorry about that.
No
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
Good.
Hello, Carrie. How are you? Great. Thank you. What can I do for you?
I was hoping for a mediumship reading today.
Ooh.
Anything comes
do you
through
have a male on the other side that you're looking for? I would say that's a no.
Sounds like it's
I really have many on the other side. As far as for me, like I have grandparents that I wasn't terribly close to, but mildly, and then in-laws that I was closer to, both.
Do you have, so this male, is your father-in-law still living or is he crossed?
Crossed.
Okay. Did he die kind of young or did he look really good before he died? Like healthier or lean?
No.
Okay, so the man I'm seeing is more contemporary. He's like closer to my age. I'm in my 60s. He could be in his 70s because people look younger, than what they chronologically are based on how we've viewed aging historically, which everything's changing, right? We're changing all of our perceptions about it. So it's a male. He has brownish hair with a little bit of gray in it, I think the term is silver fox, right? Like that's kind of the term. It could be an uncle, it could be a good friend. I do feel it is more on your husband's side of the family.
Okay.
Unless
no, it's not coming to me, but.
Do you have an uncle that's crossed on your side of the family then?
I do. It's just as far as like the younger, lean silver fox thing is not not coming to me.
And this guy's funny, he's funny. He's a little annoying, but because he's got a little bit of that macho kind of energy, but he's funny, Does that make sense what I'm talking about?
No, it's not clicking for me. It's not, but that's
okay.
It won't. Because it's somebody I would expect, right?
No, absolutely not.
Necessarily.
Yeah. So people who come people who come to visit, I mean, it can be someone you expect, but a lot of times it isn't. I was giving a reading to a client who was, long story short, because I can't divulge that information, but it's weird when people remarry, because like I've told my children, don't expect any inheritance from your dad when he crosses. He married a very young woman and they have a small child together. So if he dies before her, they're going to need all those resources, right, to live. So it was kind of a similar situation. And it was the ex-wife who came and had a lovely conversation with her. So it may not be somebody you expect. And you're someone who's very practical and very logical. So in your brain, measuring, and I would love for you to be out of your head and in your body kind of feeling, because I can't stop seeing what I would call it, or the term, the silver fox, mostly brown hair with a little bit of gray in it, full head of hair.
Interesting. Sorry, no, it's not. I guess I was leaning more towards like expected a female. So it's even, I mean,
right. But it's rare for me not to be able to see the person that someone wants to see. It's a very rare experience for me. So if we could go on this, or we might put you on hold and I'll go read and come back. Because this person is not leaving, this person is not walking away. So their message is important. You have a friend who crossed over that meets those requirements.
No.
Are you sure?
No, of course not. No, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, you don't have to apologize. This guy, I think, liked to gamble, whether he did it or not, or he thought it was cool. Do you have someone living that's like that?
Not close to me, but I have friends.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're close to you or not. You've got to get rid of your logical perception of this.
I do have friends that gamble. Yes.
Do you have a friend that's kind of like a silver fox?
No.
Mostly brown hair. Maybe that term is too old.
Wait. Silver fox is like all the way, but there's salt and pepper.
Oh.
You could do like a salt and pepper.
I get the term, but I'm just not.
It's mostly brown hair with a little bit of gray.
All pepper, a little salt.
Yeah, all pepper, a little bit of salt. Thank you, Vinny.
You're welcome. That's what I have.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put you on hold because this guy's not leaving. And when people come, they have important messages to share. And that's my job, is to translate for them. I always feel like when I'm a medium, I'm like in the hospital and, the patient doesn't speak English and we need to find a translator so we can take a good history and we can explain the treatment plan to them. And so to me, it's very serious. It's a very serious thing. So we're going to put you on hold. And we'll go to our next call and we'll come back to you. Maybe something will spark your interest.
Clear in my mind.
Yeah. Clearing the mind.
Okay. We'll see you in a little bit.
Yep. So Carrie from Fort Worth, hang on just a second. Let's run off now to Susie from the Bay Area. Hi, Susie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I really appreciate being able to be here with you. And
of course, Susie. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm curious to know your thoughts about. I'm scheduled for a facet injectors in the ASC. It says on Tuesday. It's like where I have to go out under twilight anesthesia, and the doctor's supposed to inject Celestone into my right hip area. And it's the first time I'll be doing that. And I'm just curious. I'm a little nervous about it. I've never done it, and I'm just wondering what your thoughts are. Does that seem like a good plan of action?
Well, I'm not familiar with the drug. What's going on with your hip that you need to have that injection?
I have arthritis in the hip, and I used to be able to exercise and do like 175 pounds on the legs, and now I can only do 40 without pain.
Yeah.
So that started about a year ago.
So it's kind of block the pain, basically. It's not going to help it to get better, correct?
Well, I think he said it could help it. It could help it. It could help it heal. There's also a tear in the labrum or something, but they said that can't heal. But I'm thinking that one doctor told me that can't heal, but I'm thinking that this could be something that lasts a good amount of time.
Have you been doing any red light therapy?
No, I have not. I
highly recommend that. So maybe go get the injection, because you're ready. You want it. You're tired of all of this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And maybe you don't need to leg press 130 pounds or whatever it was. I mean, let's like be realistic about what's in our best interest, you know, in terms of, is that really necessary? Is that like a have to experience that we have to have? So many times people don't want to make changes. Like I used to run back in the day, not a serious runner, but I would run like maybe twice a week. You know, now I walk, and I walk longer than what I used to run.
Me too.
And
it's good. It's better for the joints.
It's really good for your joints. It's really healthy for your entire body. Also, they said it's better for your heart.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's important for you to reevaluate, not say I'm getting old and I have to do it this way. No, we're just finding, you know, different ways to, you know, keep ourselves healthy and happy and active, but not bringing, I mean, it's really not healthy to run all the time. It's really not healthy for the joints. So maybe go get the shot and then do red light therapy, near infrared and red light. That has been proven. It's FDA approved. When you buy certain devices, it's been proven to help with bones and tissues. It's amazing. I have so many clients that have had, pardon?
Is there a particular one? Because I know I've heard you talk about it and I've researched it. It seems like there's so many options. I don't know where to start.
Well, there's a really great book on red light therapy. You can write into the office. We'll give you the link to it on Amazon. And then they recommend 2 products. I actually own both of them. And I think they're great. Okay.
Okay. And do you recommend trying a juice fast? A friend of mine has really amazing results with her rheumatoid arthritis from doing a juice fast for like a week. Do you think that's something?
Well, you're pretty lean already, so I don't think
you're
it's
right.
a good idea.
I had a history of anorexia. I'm amazed you
I don't think it's a good idea for you. I don't think it's a good idea for you. And arthritis is from not letting go. It's from holding on. Also, that serrapeptase, that enzyme, is great for joint pain. It's fantastic. So just write into the website. We'll send you some stuff. Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks,
okay,
Susie, for joining us. Do you want to go back to Carrie, or do you want to jump to?
Yeah, let's go back to Carrie because he is like in my head.
Okay, let's bring back Carrie from Fort Worth. Hi, Carrie. Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
Hi. Any new ahas? And guess what? This guy's morphed just a little bit. He really does have more gray hair. So sometimes people will show me what they where some people don't like to age. They don't like to change. Some people don't like to get gray hair, or some people who are really overweight don't like to show up what they looked like when they died or close to their death. So this guy is a little bit grayer than my original perception of him, and he's got a belly. So he was probably showing me a decade younger image of him. So does this sound like anyone that you know?
Well, I was actually thinking maybe one of my husband's uncles, and the whole silver fox thing is a little bit tongue-in-cheek.
Right. No, it's definitely tongue-in-cheek. You are correct about that. You are so correct. Okay, so remember I thought it was an uncle. Now we took a little pause, and now we come back because I can't get the message until we get to the right person. I mean, I could force myself, but I like to be as authentic and as accurate as possible. So I think we're on the right person, right? Does that make sense to you?
He's a nice person?
No, I said I think we're on the right person.
Right person.
Oh, good. Yes. Yeah. He's definitely the strongest.
So now I can, I'm sorry, what did you say?
He definitely sticks out the strongest.
Yeah. Okay, good. Great. Good job. So now I can give the translation. I wouldn't say he was a spiritual person, you know, or spiritually aware. And I'm talking about this kind of spirituality, not religious spirituality. But he is in awe. He says, I can see your light dancing on the other side. He goes, you are so busy kind of hanging out there and running your energy and want to be part of more of this multisensory concept. And he is encouraging you. He says, it's such a pleasure when you can see a family member or a friend who's kind of sparkling their light on the other side. He says, a lot of people don't do that. You're one of the few in our entire family that actually does that. Does that make sense?
It does. Yes, it does.
So he's encouraging you to do whatever it takes. Meditate, you know, use positive what if questions. Make sure you take good care of your body. He wishes he had taken better care of his body. He said he didn't subscribe to that at all. And he said it cost him a lot, you know, towards the end of his life. Does that make sense to you?
It did. Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. So he says when you take good care of your body, and you and I already know this, but he's learning new things on the other side. He says it's like a temple. So it's like you're doing a cleaning in your temple when you eat healthy food and you rest well and you do things that make your body feel good. And he just thought that was all hogwash, when he was in a body. He actually prided himself on eating crappy food, like, like almost like I can eat these Hostess ding dongs and I'm fine. Yeah, nothing's wrong with me.
Yeah, he was a heavy smoker too. So.
Oh, yeah. Double whammy right there, right? Putting 200 and some chemicals in your body per cigarette, and then eating. I think the Hostess ding dongs look delicious, honestly. But I can't tell you when was the last time I ever ate one. It's been decades. So he's telling you that he's proud of you, that for you to keep your light sparkling on the other side. It's a very homey feeling for him. He goes, I feel this resonance of home when I see your light over there. And he's proud of you. He's very, very, he said, our family's so lucky that you're in it because you fit so well in your husband's family. It's like they're really your family. You found your real family. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah. So he's saying, keep it up. Don't get disillusioned or frustrated with your spiritual quest. If you do from time to time, he says it's working. Your energy's over there. You just need to continue to work on detaching from the brain. And of course, everyone does. Everyone does. Yeah. But he's complimenting you and encouraging you. It's really lovely.
That is lovely. I appreciate it very much, and thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome. We did it. Yay. We did it. I'm so glad. Thank you. Have a good day.
Nice. Thanks, Carrie, for joining us from Fort Worth. And it was a double dose of the question and answering. That was really cool how you kind of broke it down. And it was kind of awesome, Marie, how you explained it. But we had to let her go and have her come back, how you got a little more salt into the hairline.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like time progressing a little bit more. Your brain's starting to work a little bit more. And of course, you called out the belly. That's always a good thing too, because we all get those. They never leave. They just show up when you least expect it.
Well, sometimes too, women don't do this typically. Like we look in the mirror and go, oh, and then we work on ourselves. Where sometimes men look in the mirror and see their high school self, which
all the time.
I think it's a healthier perception, honestly. I think women were really hard on ourselves, but we tend to look better as we don't. Men look naturally better as they age, but women look better because they tend to do stuff like, like they go on those juice diets and they do intermittent fasting. And I use a microcurrent on my face and lasers at home. I don't go into the dermatologist to do it, so yeah, so we do all kinds of fun things.
It's all good. All good. Well, let's take our first break of the hour for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll be right back with more with Marie. And if you'd like to join us, 877-825-8828 is the number. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
Join me, Marie Manuchehri, for a 2-day in-person workshop about self-love. Allow yourself to take a deep dive into the essence of self-love. Self-love is the highest energy one can embrace while living in a physical reality, like Earth. Its vibration, once held within your human energy system, can radically change your world for the better. Self-love is an experience, not a thought. Its existence in your body, energy system, and spirit will attract incredible outcomes by naturally upgrading every area of your human experience. Join me Saturday, October 28th and Sunday, October 29th for this beautiful 2-day in-person workshop. Lunch is included. It's at the Lodge at St. Edward's Park, just outside of Seattle in Kenmore, Washington. To learn more, go to energyintuitive.com.
Have something important to say? Want to help improve our world? Need to promote your business uniquely and effectively? KKNW is the answer. Our staff helps broadcasters and podcasters create professional sounding audio. Bring your talent and let our experts help you craft a radio show or podcast that best delivers your message. Learn more at 1150kknw.com. That's 1150kknw.com. KKNW, talk variety that's live and local.
Hello, this is Marie Manuchehri, and this fall I have a brand new class coming up, 8-week course called The Soul's Journey. And in this powerful, fun, amazing class where we all come together once a week for 8 weeks, you will learn how you are forever a soul, extremely wise and adventurous, curious above all, that you have traveled throughout space and in many different realities for centuries. Your soul knows the worlds beyond Earth in detail and wishes for your human awareness to become familiar with its path. Join me and discover what unique life forms live in other dimensions. Learn about the laws that govern the universe and tap into your soul's desires for this lifetime and so much more. This class will begin September 25th through November 13th. Go to energyintuitive.com for more.
Alternative Talk 1150. It's good for what ails you. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA.
And welcome back to the Marie Manuchehri Show. We are live here in Seattle. And if you've never taken a class from me and you've been curious about, how I teach and coach people to be intuitive and use their multisensory ability, that Soul's Journey 8-week class would be a great place to start. It's a great bang for your buck. I mean, you get everything that I give in my 12-week program, but you get it in 8 weeks, and it's amazing. It's going to be so fun to really study the soul's journey. When people are leaving their body, we're not going to be just talking about people who've crossed, but archangels and spirit guides and everything over on the other side. When you're leaving your body, you have this ascension of energy. Your energy just starts climbing, and it's a really powerful experience. And we're going to talk a lot about that and do meditation so that you too can feel what beings on the other side are experiencing and what their life is like for them. And there are different aspects of, incarnating into different dimensions. And we've put up, I believe it's up on the website anyway, my next Reiki workshop is in May, and I only take 40 people. So if you want to take that class, it's going to be at the end of May next year. Then you definitely want to go to Energy Intuitive, go to the course page and sign up. It's going to be super amazing fun. It's very transformative. You're going to love it.
Yeah, good bang for your buck. Deals happen right here. That's how it works. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take now Sarah calling in from, looks like Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Hi, Sarah. How is it going?
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah. What can I do for you?
I was lucky enough to have a session with you back in February, and you gave me some follow-up things to do, and you drew out my energy, and I'm wondering if it would be okay if we looked at my energy centers to see if I've made some improvements since then.
Well, you're definitely a lot happier. I don't know I won't remember the session, right? Unless I saw your face and kind of looked at you for like 10 minutes, then it would start to come back to me, but I usually don't recall the experience. You're much happier, but I am being told that you're much happier. So is that true, that you are in a happier place?
It is very much true, yes.
Yay, I'm so happy for you. And being in that happy energy means you're upgrading your life already. So your energies, I'm scanning your energy. You have a small leak at the back of your second chakra. So kind of closer to the tailbone, lower spine kind of area, but not in the tailbone, just right at the lower aspect. And so I would kind of look at, are you doing too much for others? Are you like kind of reevaluate that and make some adjustments if indeed you find that you are doing that? I think that would be important.
I had a large leak in the fourth.
You do still have a leak in the fourth vortex. I would say the opening for a potential leak is large, but the amount of energy that's leaking is not large. So you still haven't quite gotten into that full aspect of receptivity. I want you to really practice receptivity.
Okay. All
You know,
right.
like, and I'm sure you are, but keep working on it. It goes back to that aspect of self-love, that you're worthy and deserving of receiving energy and kindness and compassion from others, because you're an older soul, and older souls are just so naturally good at giving. It's like our sweet spot. We like it. It makes us happy, but everything has to be done in balance. Just like I can't just eat potato chips every single day, although I would love to, honestly. I would love to eat potato chips every day with some guacamole. I mean, I would just be a happy camper, but it wouldn't be good for my body. So I don't. Just like we can't constantly give, it's not good for anyone's body. So you have improved the amount that you were leaking from your heart chakra, and we just need to get energy moving into that vortex as much as possible.
Okay. All right. And
Okay.
you educated me that my crown chakra, at least at that time, was really large.
It is still. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Aww. And
Stunning.
you said that Archangel Michael was walking the path with me. And since then, I've really become, I feel very close with him.
Good. Good.
And I'm just wondering if you're still.
So why do you have a problem believing? You know what I mean? Like, we had this session, in February, and you're doubting that, Archangel Michael, what he's just going to leave the path and just abandon you. He's waiting for you to have more awarenesses and more consciousness. And then he'll go, he can be in multiple places at one time anyway. He doesn't just hang out with one person. He can be in millions of places. His energy is so powerful and so big. So I want you to start using what if questions. What if I'm sensing the energy of Archangel Michael in my daily life? What if I am easily receiving high vibrational energy into all of my chakras with every breath I take? I want you to start utilizing this so we can get your brain to stop analyzing and processing things, because that slows down your growth.
Yeah.
And it's not self-loving at all, right? So that's really your homework.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. No, I don't have a doubt. Like, I have become so emotionally close to him, and I don't doubt that he's, I feel him with me. And I guess, like, I find that you're like a nice conduit of, like, I express my gratitude to him all the time, but.
Oh, but taking the gratitude from him, you already know how to give. That's not an issue. The universe doesn't want you to work on that. The universe wants you to work on receptivity.
Okay.
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 All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mary. You too.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining into the show. Sarah from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, 877-825-8828. And let's see here. We will now take Kathy calling in from, pardon me. I will go with Teresa first from Alberta, Canada. So a little further north. So Teresa, hello.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Of course.
I just have a question about some career advice. I'd kind of like to transition my business into more energy healing full time. I do have it now, but it's been just really slow, and I'm just looking for your advice.
So what business do you have? Are you a massage therapist or a physical therapist, or what is it that you do primarily?
No, it's totally unrelated. I write reports for the justice system, actually.
Oh, well, thank you for doing that. We truly, truly appreciate it. So do you work full time in this other job, the justice job?
Kind of, but it's a very flexible schedule. So I kind of get to set my own hours.
That's nice.
Great. No, that's wonderful. So you're set up to make this new business, really, when you think about it. You have the opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know how to feel that you already have it?
I think that's what I struggle with, actually.
I know everybody does. Myself included, when I want to manifest something I've never experienced before, it takes a while to study and kind of research what that would feel like, and then start vibrating that in your own, tissues and bones and blood and mind and heart. So if you had a thriving energy practice, how would you feel?
I guess I'd feel excited and happy.
Yeah. I'm sure you would also feel really blessed, because when you work in the energy medicine world, you have multisensory experiences. That's the thing that like excites me the most about any of this work, is I love having those experiences, just watching other people having, like that guy who I couldn't figure out. I mean, like he changed his appearance a little bit. Like that was fun for me. I thought that was interesting. So there's going to be interest in it, things that really get your curiosity, because you like that anyway. You don't like to be bored. You like to be entertained. So I want you to really focus on that type of vibration, that you're having all kinds of aha moments, that of course you're helping people and they're delighted. And the way you help them is going to always be a surprise. It's never going to be the way you think it will be. The logical mind doesn't understand intuition. It will never understand intuition. So we can't wait for our logical mind to get an understanding of it. That means we're missing the intuitive experience, which is way more powerful than the logical one. So start spending like 5 minutes a day in that type of vibration.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you have like a what if question by chance?
Yeah. What if building my highly successful energy practice is simple and fun?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marie.
You're welcome. Good luck. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Teresa, and good luck up there in Alberta, Canada. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take now Kathy from Arizona. Hi, Kathy.
Hello. How are you guys this morning?
We're great.
Northwest.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little chilly, but I'm not going to complain.
Oh, come on, Marie. It's perfect. This is how we like it.
It's a little chilly. Yeah. So what can I do for you?
I want a mediumship reading, please.
Yeah. Is your mom crossed?
Yes, she has.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, by the way.
Thank you.
I really am, because I think you miss her. Is that true?
I think of her a lot.
Yeah. My heart just had that. I mean, it's such a beautiful feeling to have when you've had someone in your life and you miss them, because some people are like, oh, thank gosh, like, I mean, not that they wish them ill harm or anything like that, but sometimes when some people cross over, you just feel this relief, like, wow, that just feels better, But I'm very, very sorry that your mother crossed over. She adores you. Did you know that?
Later on in her life, I believe that for sure.
Yeah,
because she
adores you.
She lived with my family. Yeah.
She lived with who?
She lived with us.
Family.
Oh, interesting.
My family.
And so you could tell as you were older how much she loved you. You could feel it.
Oh.
Pardon?
Oh, we just lost her.
Yeah,
sorry about that. Is there a way you can maybe finish up, or?
Yeah, of course I can.
Sure.
So she says, thank you for thinking of me all the time. And of course, this is partially my mind, like, why don't people tell each other that they love each other? I mean, I tell my kids every single day.
I do too.
Right? Whether it's on a text or a phone call, because we communicate all day long, all of us really. We all end every conversation with, I love you, I love you, I love you. Or we start a conversation with, I love you so much. I think it's sad, when people don't, especially if they have those feelings, they don't communicate to, those. Yeah. And I think that's what this lovely person's mother is communicating, like she's so grateful, because feeling it is better even than hearing it sometimes. Right? Feeling that someone loves you is so transformative. Yeah. But she hopes that everyone in the family moving forward offers some emotional, positive appreciation to each other every single time they come together. So I think the holidays, if we follow mom's recommendation, are going to be a little bit different. Good. If everybody gets together, maybe say something really lovely about each person before the meal starts, or before the pumpkin pie comes out at Thanksgiving, and say that that's a request from mom, that she wants everyone. Your mom is really sweet, by the way. At least I think she is. She wants everyone to say something nice or say, I love you, around the table before the pumpkin pie comes out. That's what she's requesting. And so thank you for calling in. I hope you get to hear this message, because she's been blowing kisses to everyone.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Kathy, if you did hear it off air or you are unable to connect, we do post the shows back on Podbean. So go to Marie's website at energyintuitive.com. You can find it, and you can hear the rest of the reading there. So,
and anyone can subscribe to Podbean, and you'll just get it delivered to your email after the show. Yeah, Benny sends it to us almost immediately, and Jen puts it up there, and there you go.
We're like lightning bolts. We get things done fast. So,
yeah, it's true.
877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. I think we have time for one more caller before our second break of the hour, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I was like, are we ending the show so soon?
No, not that fast. Julie from New Jersey, it looks like. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. Great. Hi, Marie.
Hi, what can I do for you?
I was hoping to get your input for my purpose and healing.
Ooh. So like what you want to heal in this lifetime and then what you want to do in this lifetime?
Yes, please.
Yeah. And you like this multi-sensory world, right? Like it makes you excited?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you do anything like that in the world professionally?
I've trained on a lot of things. Yeah.
So don't you think it's time to stop training and actually doing? I remember because, my recollection, that word I can't say right
recollection?
Now. Yeah, recollection. I can't say the word right
recollection. We'll go with that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
When you're channeling, at least for me, sometimes I can't pronounce, the language. I know that sounds really weird, but so I was trying to find a school to go to. I'm like, I need to go get trained, and my guide sat me down, literally sat on me, and said, "You have a hospital full of patients. Go to work and learn."
Wow.
And so that's what I did. I didn't take. I'm self-taught. I took a course after I already had a full-time practice, and it was a 4-year program, but I only attended 1 year because I kept asking questions, and they kept saying that's a 4th year question. So I'm like, okay, then why am I here? I need to know now. I don't have time for year 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
So you've had enough training. You need practicality. You need to actually have these experiences. You need to figure out how you work and how to connect with others. So no more training unless it brings you incredible joy, because that's always a sign that that's something that would be good for us, no matter what it is. But you've got to start to get to work. Like, pronto, let's keep going.
Okay. And I guess the thing is, well, it's wonderful to hear your story because, I am a Reiki master teacher now, and but I've started to channel, and I've also started to get mediumship and some medical intuition stuff. And I just feel like there's so much to learn, but you're saying that I can learn it while I'm working.
Yeah. And I think when people progress in their abilities, it's like an open chest. Like mediums become healers become mediums. It's not, because it's all energy. So that's a positive sign when you're able to have multiple different kind of effects within the multisensory world. It means, wow, you're good. You have really good talent, and every different client needs different things. And then you can use whatever aspect of your talent with that client to help them evolve or heal or get over or let go. So I think you have to start believing in yourself. That's really your healing in this lifetime, is to believe that you are magnificent.
Thank you, Marie.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Will that affect my health?
What? Oh, in a good way? Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it will.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you worry too much about your health. You're like, you have like this magnifying glass, just like constantly looking at yourself. You need to stop. That's not good for anyone.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Julie.
Oh, and Benny, I should let everybody know. So I've opened up more of my schedule. We're going to be opening up 2025 here. We're going to be adding more days to 2024. I took a big chunk of time off of seeing clients and really reduced my schedule significantly. I'm not going to go crazy going back into my calendar, but I think we're opening up Thursdays in 2024. So if you have an appointment way far out and you see a Thursday appointment available, you might want to grab that and make a switcheroo, or keep one for if you want to have a recheck, like an hour-long appointment after your long one or whatever, we're just letting you know, go to the website, go to our appointments if you're wanting one, because I'm opening up a little bit more. Yeah.
It's perfect. It's what the listeners want from you. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And
well, I do what I want, right?
Sure.
I know that sounds interesting. And my body wanted a nice,
Right.
a slowdown. And now it's just super excited to read from this kind of new experience that I'm having that's very fulfilling and very energizing for me. So
perfecto. All right, let's take that second break of the hour for the Marie Manuchehri Show. If you'd like to join us, we have a couple lines open, 877-825-8828. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
Did you know that your chakras and your auric field talk to each other all day long, communicating important messages and recipes to not only help your body to heal if it has a disease, to stay healthy, and actually to help you evolve and step into your magnificence? Within the aura are layers and layers of color and unique descriptions of vibration, like clouds and strong structures embedded within these beautiful fields that surround you that head out for miles and miles potentially. These beliefs affect your auric fields and communicate to the chakras. And sometimes these beliefs are not really well embedded. They have been perhaps wobbled by previous lifetimes, and the information that they're sharing with your chakras could create problems. Join me for a lovely 12-week course on the dance of the chakras and the auric field. Discover how to listen to your aura and your chakras, learn how to communicate effective information to the auric field, which will enhance the chakra system and your human form. Understand how dialogue between the aura and the chakra affects your current reality and previous lifetimes too. I talk to the chakras and the auric field in every session I'm doing, mostly mental telepathically, and you can too. So join me September 27th through December 20th and find out how to connect and communicate to your gorgeous, phenomenal, and powerful energy system. It's already talking to you, and you are going to want to know what it says. For more information, visit energyintuitive.com.
Blind, low vision, eyesight changing? You are not alone. Connecting with blind and low vision people can provide support and expand your understanding of what is possible. We are making our own choices every day, but we are also stronger together. To learn more, visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Join me, Marie Manuchehri, for a 2-day in-person workshop about self-love. Allow yourself to take a deep dive into the essence of self-love. Self-love is the highest energy one can embrace while living in a physical reality, like Earth. Its vibration, once held within your human energy system, can radically change your world for the better. Self-love is an experience, not a thought. Its existence in your body, energy system, and spirit will attract incredible outcomes by naturally upgrading every area of your human experience. Join me Saturday, October 28th and Sunday, October 29th for this beautiful 2-day in-person workshop. Lunch is included. It's at the Lodge at St. Edward's Park, just outside of Seattle in Kenmore, Washington. To learn more, go to energyintuitive.com.
Make it a great day. Keep your dial on Alternative Talk 1150.
Oh, Marie, you are muted.
I said that's one of my favorite songs of all time.
It
Is
is.
that by Alan Thicke?
No, that one is actually a Coldplay, Adventures of a Lifetime.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Coldplay is extremely
Oh,
talented,
yes, they are.
obviously, right? Very talented beings. Okay, so all right, we can go to our next call.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll take Leslie, who's calling in from the Oregon coast. Hi, Leslie. How's the weather down there?
It's so gorgeous right now.
Oh, yay.
Ooh.
Yeah, thank you. I so appreciate this. It's going to be a mediumship. My mom passed away a few months ago, and her celebration of life is this weekend. We're having a family gathering, and I'm just really wanting to tune into her. And I wondered if you could.
Yeah, she's already with bells on. Like. So when people leave their bodies and they have this ascension of consciousness, right? So
yeah,
while we're sad or we miss them, they're like, oh my gosh, and they get to see things that make all of a sudden sense to them, things that they never understood or seemed wrong or bad or weird. They just have these huge aha moments. And your mom had this aha moment that she needs to allow herself to be loved by others, and seen and heard. So she's very excited for this celebration of life because she's going to show up. She'll be there before anybody gets there. And she will. And she goes, I'm just going to practice being a sponge and let everybody love me. She said, I was a good person. I did my very best. She goes, of course, nobody's perfect, but she goes, I see more about what a lovely being I was from time to time. And I want to allow people to value and appreciate whatever they felt about me. So she's very excited about the celebration. She truly is.
Because she had it was a very difficult passing, very, very difficult for a couple of years. And
yeah, I always say that people die the way they lived.
Yeah.
So if they make their life difficult or they have hard times, then that's how you die. If you can make your life fun and interesting and more playful, and you can have authentic experiences, then death is typically a lot easier. Yeah. So I'm sorry that her passing was challenging, but she made her life hard,
Yes, yeah. And now she's more in celebration. I mean, it was a huge relief just knowing that she's free and happy and on her next adventure.
Well, and sometimes people, because people choose how they're going to die and when they're going to die. The human isn't very conscious of that experience, that knowledge, and we have free will, so we can change our mind at any moment. We can change the plan. We have options. The soul is just extremely powerful, so it can make decisions when it wants to. And sometimes people don't want their family members to miss them so much, so they might have a long, drawn out death.
Yeah.
So that when you go, you're like, oh, thank goodness they're okay. Thank goodness they're free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that can be part of the reason that they have it. But I think your mom had a hard life, so she had a hard death.
Yeah. Yeah. And so is that the message for me is just to celebrate her and love her.
Oh yeah. Like she goes, honey, I'm going to be all over you. I'm going to be in your arms. You're going to be carrying me like a baby, but I will weigh nothing. And I'm just going to be hugging you and kissing you. She shows me a picture of you holding her with her arms wrapped around your neck. And she looks great. Like she doesn't look like she did when she was sick. Yeah. And you two are just going to hang out and have fun. And she's starting to realize, like, she goes, I could have had a better, happier life. She goes, I didn't help make it easy.
Yeah.
I made it. She goes, I was part of the problem. And, so she's just going to have fun, and she's grateful that she has a family that is going to celebrate her and wish her new adventures and her new experience. She's really happy.
Yay. Oh, that's so, thank you. That's so.
You're welcome. Have fun. All of you just have a blast.
Yeah, we're going to, and celebrate each other too.
Good. Yeah, great job.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much, Leslie, for calling in from the Oregon coast, 877-825-8828. We'll take now Jen calling in from the Boston, Massachusetts area. Hi, Jen. How are you? Jen, are you there?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Oh, good. Hi, Jen. What can I do for you?
Hi, Maria. It's so good to talk to you. So
I know you. I had a session with you a little over a year ago.
Okay.
I'm a wildlife biologist, and most recently I was working in Florida.
Florida. I remember you.
Cool.
You know, so I don't always remember people, but I love science, right? So there's certain things that I'm going to remember, like all the cool work you were doing for the tiny little pygmy deers, I believe it was, that you were helping. Yeah. I love animals. I love science. I love nature. So yeah. So are you still in Florida?
So I'm actually not. So culturally, both living there and with my agency, it turned out to not be a good fit. And so I decided to leave. And I'm now, I'm really inspired to go back out west, potentially to California, Washington State, or Colorado, where a progressive and strong woman like me, I think will find more like-minded people. And I
agree, but you need to change your energy so that no matter where you live, no matter who's surrounding you, that you have incredible experiences. So you have kind of, this language isn't, it's just the intuitive way that they're describing. It's almost like you have an allergy with yourself. Like you don't believe that you're worthy and deserving. And so you attract uncomfortable experiences. And it's not going to matter where you live or who you surround yourself with until you fix this. You've got to fix this. You know, Esther Hicks lives in Texas, a very red state like Florida. She's definitely not a conservative type person, and she only speaks highly of her experience. So I'm not saying go back to Florida. I'm just telling you that you need to fix the way you see and believe it of who you are. You need to really be loving and nurturing to yourself as much as you love those pygmy deers and you wanted to save them from extinction. You know, you've got to love yourself and be very loving and nurturing to you. Then you can attract employers and partners and friends and people to adore and cherish you. But it's not going to matter where you live, what your zip code is, until you fix this.
Do you have a what if statement for me or some action items that you recommend for working on this?
Well, I'm sure if you listen to our recording from your session, there's going to be a whole bunch, but I will offer you something now. What if I begin to love me? What if I begin to see how precious I am? I like the word begin for you because, you know, to you, you want to go 0 to 100 on this. And I think it's a step in, like stepping into a cold swimming pool. I think it's a gradual, you know, kind of ease. Yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for that. And I'd also, if there's any time, be curious to know, I remain so excited about the spiritual, considering trying to add that to my wildlife career to do something a little bit less traditional.
I think even reading cards would be great for you, like tarot, something like that. But you do need to work on your self-love. That's critical when we work with the multisensory world.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, I'll work with the what if statement. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you for what you do in the world.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Jen, for joining the show. 877-825-8828 for the next time, because we only have time for maybe one more caller, and then those people can use the number for next week. Let's take now Brooke calling in from Atlanta. It's going to be a quick one. So hi, Brooke.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Sure. Great.
Okay. Super excited to speak with you. And like a previous caller, I would love to be in the multi-sensory world. It makes me, or like spend time there working in that world.
Yeah.
Like, I love everything about it. I love taking classes, so I spend time doing it, but I'm not like proficient in any specific area. I haven't like honed in on something. I'm wondering if you can maybe like kind of cue in or help me cue into like a talent I'm not familiar that I might share with other people.
So out of all of the classes that you've taken, what has been the most fun for you?
Well,
and I mean like super
fun, Marie. Like, I love the idea of like channeling and mediumship, medical intuition. Because like I have a strong medical background, and
perfect.
so I would love to be able to use that.
Perfect. So have you practiced this with anyone?
I mean, yes and no. I don't practice it on a regular basis, but so I probably should more, but
it's not probably, it's like, yes. And so when you do have a practice, what happens? What occurs?
I don't feel much. I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty intuitive person on a regular basis, but then I don't know if it's just me talking to myself. So I don't really know where it's coming from.
Intuition is extremely neutral. It's direct and it's neutral. So you may not feel a lot. Like I know that one caller, I felt her mom, and maybe because my mom's getting close, like she's in her late 80s now, and maybe she's getting close to the other side, and she definitely made her life very difficult and challenging as well. So I kind of like feel things when they relate to my own experience, but most of the time I'm not feeling anything. I'm just channeling. I'm very neutral. I mean, I might get excited about something. Like I got excited that guy finally showed me he had a belly and more gray hair. That was exciting for me. But it is a neutral process, and it's very direct. So I think you're looking for an experience that you may not necessarily have.
Well, so in the past, I've had a couple experiences where I've visually seen things, had visions and things like that.
Yeah.
And it just came when I wasn't expecting it. But it took me off guard and made me a little bit like, whoa. And now I'm ready for it and excited for it, and it's not happening.
Oh, okay. Here's your homework. You're going to go into your favorite room in the house. You're going to look up at the heavens, and you're going to say, I know I'm scared, the S word, Liz, right? The poop word. I know I'm scared that, but I want all these experiences, so bring them on. And I have to go. Vinny's waving at me. The music's playing. Everybody have a beautiful day. Love, love, love you all day long. Bye-bye for now.
All right. All clear. Nice job. You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.